Hello everyone, we are here with Miss Jane Watkins. We're so excited to have Jane back today. As you can see, we have our Clorox wipes and we've separated here, but we're going to be showing you yoga. So Miss Jane, you go ahead with what you want to do.
Namaste and welcome to Saturday morning yoga at Absolute. As many of you know, I've been at home for the last 7 weeks. I started my distancing way before you did, rehabbing with my shoulder. And I just want to take a moment to say thank you for all the notes, all the phone calls, all the prayers, all the concern that you showed for me. And I also want to thank Pam and Katie and Elizabeth and Stacy for teaching all the classes so that you could go on with those 8 classes just like as if I were here. So I've missed you and thanks for coming this morning. Janie is with us today. Janie has been my student for 17 years now, I think. And since I'm limited into what I can do, she's going to demo the practice as I cue it. So we've got a lot of props out. You don't really need any of these, but if you have them, great. If you don't, you could use a book instead of a block. You could use a man's tie, but don't use his best one. And you could use a pillow for a bolster. If you don't have a mat, just get on a surface that feels good to your spine. And we're going to start with some centered breathing this morning. So if you just roll down to your back, bend your knees and put them on the feet on the floor under your knees. And then just move around a little bit and make your spine comfortable, your back comfortable. You have lots of options, but you just come to a comfortable place so that we can start our breathing. I hope you are lying down, and I hope you're not bobbing your head up, that you're listening to me, just like you were in class. So this is the time to zone in. We want to tune in to the body and just turn off the mind for a little bit. You might take one hand to your chest and one hand to your abdomen and close your eyes. I would invite that for sure. And then begin breathing. Notice your breath. Begin to notice how your breath feels. And as you inhale through your nose, 2, 3, 4, and then exhale longer than 4 counts. Inhaling for 2, for 3, for 4, and exhaling longer. Let each exhale rid you of any tension because we're all under a lot of stress. And just come inward so that you can feel what your body has probably been trying to tell you all week. So this is your opportunity to do that. And may we, through this practice, choose peace over panic. And may we have faith over fear. So as you disband your hands now, just pull your right knee into your chest. Hold underneath your leg, the back. And just give it a gentle tug as we're working on today our immune system and calming down some anxiety. As you're holding that leg and close, you are actually kind of massaging those lymph nodes in your inner thigh there, and we want to stimulate those systems that work in boosting our immunity. As you release that leg, stretch it all the way out to the front of the mat, and then bring the other leg in. Not looking for even the same feeling at all, but just notice what you're feeling. Maybe your low back is releasing, maybe your back of the leg is stretching a little bit, but once again, we're doing this for a purpose to stimulate. And then stretch that leg all the way out to the mat beside your other one, and let's inhale the arms overhead, reach, even shrug your shoulders up to your ears. Feel that stress, and then bring your arms back forward. Great. Let's bring both knees into your chest. We're going to start by warming up our core a little bit so that you can brace that core as we go through the practice to protect your spine. As you take both legs up into the air, if you feel that you need to place your hands under your low back, then do so. But otherwise, if you're okay with that, let's do some single leg levels, slowly down with one leg at a time. Really make your leg longer as you lift it back up, scooping that low belly in. And just continue with those single leg lifts, inhaling out and exhaling as you lift the leg back up. If you had your hands available and they're not underneath your back, you could go inside the little hip pointer here and feel that belly muscle, that transverse belly, lift that leg. And then if you're comfortable with that and your back is okay, let's do both legs. So down for 2, 3, 4. Make your legs long and scoop them back up. Great. As you're feeling those muscles in your abdomen work for you to lift the leg, we'll be reminded of those muscles as we go through our practice in our poses. Let's do 2 more. Hope you're breathing with that. Even if you open your mouth and all out on your way back up. Great. Then bend those knees again. Place the feet on the floor. And we're going to go into a sequence of movement with the breath. This is very great at calming down the chatter in the mind. So as you feel your feet on the floor, as you start to lift your hips up, raise your hands over your head at the same time. Inhaling, reach back, and then float down to the floor with your hips and your hands come back forward at the same time. Yeah, so let's make this a mind practice as you continue to do that. See how you could bring your hips at the same time to the mat the very second that your hands reach. You probably notice that you have to slow those hips down. But this again is great for calming the mind. So we'll do 2 more of those, raising the hands over your head, bringing them back as the hips melt down to the floor. And then we'll make this your last one. This time leave your hands back behind you and imagine that your tailbone is being pulled towards the bends of your knees as you come down to the floor with your hips. And that provides a nice little stretch under the backs of your shoulder blades. Great, so bring your hands back forward now and let's pull both knees into the chest. Just rock side to side across your back. Maybe roll your head side to side. Great. So we moved off the floor with our hips into bridging. We call that bridging, and this articulates the vertebra of your back into flexion and extension. So now we're going to do another move for the spine, just as a warm-up, and that will be our twist. So place your feet on the floor, open up your palms out of the shoulders, and then just maybe widen your feet so you have lots of room for the knees to fall, and let your knees fall to the right. Great. As you're breathing now into your left rib cage, fill that lung up. Fill it up, make it press out against your rib cage, and just feel a release as you release the breath. Let's stay here for a couple of breaths. Remember that this is our chance to be slow. Even though we might have been stressed, today we're slowing it all down. And then put your feet back on the floor, take a big breath in, and maybe let your knees fall to the other direction. Once again, each side is different, yes? Big breath into the rib cage on your right side. And let the breath go. All of it. As you put your feet back on the floor, sway your knees back to the right and roll your arm with it and push your way up. And now we'll come to all fours. So as we continue to move the spine in flexion and extension, we're going to cat stretch up, exhale as you bow the back arch of your back, just like that angry cat. And then tuck your toes under and pull and crawl your heart out. Oh yeah, squeeze the shoulder blades together. So get that movement going. For my first few weeks of rehab, I had to do that in a chair, and it works great in a chair as well. But our spine really needs to move so that all the pent-up energy that we've been storing, not wanting to maybe, has a chance to leave. Great. And the next time you go back up into your cat, bring that right knee into your nose. Yeah, and then stretch it way back out. Lift it as high as feels comfortable to you. And just continue with that movement, bringing the knee in, exhaling and inhaling out. Great. Feel the belly bow up under you and feel those muscles tighten. Let's do one more of those, and as you stretch that leg out to the very back, now hold that and feel the abdomen work for you as you take your opposite hand off the floor. Yeah, great. And you know, if you were in my class right now, especially Healthy Spine, I'm going to tell you to take that left toe and foot off the floor behind you. So I can't see you, but I know you can do it. And then just feel that uncomfortable feeling of trying to balance when all this is going on. So that's a great way to bring some balance in when we're looking for it, right? And then just go back to the floor on your all fours. Let's do a cat stretch up, holding that cat, letting your head hang. And then take that opposite knee, bring it into your nose. And stretch it way back, opening up the hip, opening up the back of your leg. And just continue to move, bringing that knee into the nose. And feel your abdominal support you as you move in the position that you're in. Exhaling out. And then we'll hold our cat this time. Hold that cat. And as you stretch the leg back out, extend it way far. And the opposite hand now is going to leave the mat, the right hand. So when you begin to feel that little wobble in your body or in your abdomen, then go for it. So take that right foot off the floor. Then one side will be different than the other. You'll have a favorite side. That's because we like to do things and accomplish the best. But sometimes we need to challenge ourselves to just be in the middle of trying to balance, right? Okay, and then the knees and the hands go back to the floor. If you would now, roll forward enough to tuck your toes under. Look down at your hands, separate your fingers, and let's move the hips up into downward facing dog. If this is your first downward facing dog this morning, it may feel a little tight, so maybe bend one knee at a time and pedal your feet into the floor. Maybe swash your hips back and forth or side to side. Feel the stability of your arms though. It will be so good for me to be able to do a downward dog. I have to do mine with one arm, and it's not as much fun doing it with one arm. So let's just pause now in your downward dog. Lift the tailbone upward toward the sky and feel the rib cage support you as you send the ribs back toward your thighs. The feet never have to touch the floor. In fact, if you bend your knees, you might have more length in your spine. Make this your last breath if you're still up. Last breath in this pose, that is. That could be dangerous, right? And then drop the knees to the floor, widen your knees, and push your way back into pose of the child. A yummy pose any time of the day. Notice how your forehead is resting on the floor. This in itself is quieting for the mind. And this is a great way, once again, to stimulate the lymph nodes in the upper thighs. Right. Let's go back up into downward facing dog. Roll forward, tuck your toes under, press it back as you exhale all the breath. And then you're free to walk to the front of the mat, or you can step or leap to the front of the mat, whatever your practice is for you. When you get to the front of your mat, soften your knees, hang your head, and just rest your chest on your thighs. That's beautiful. Maybe shake your head side to side. So we've moved our spine into flexion and extension. We're still sort of in the warm-up pose, our warm-up section. And now we want to finish the spinal movement. So take the hands to the fronts of the shins. Lengthen your spine, pushing the tailbone far away from your head. Make your neck really long. I hope you're not looking up at me in the video, but be in your body. Exhale forward, fold again. Yummy, yummy, and then hands go behind you as you dip them down, rise up, 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 up. And let's look up and celebrate that we can still have yoga even though the classes are not going on. Take those palms together, bring them into your heart center. Yes. So let's take a full breath in. Feet can be totally together and toes and heels slightly out, or you can be hip distance feet. Take a moment to align your posture. What is your posture? What is your body? What does your body need in a standing pose? So feel what's going on in the body in this standing position. We're going to move now into a little heat building of our practice with sun salutes. And there are many variations to this, so you practice in your own way with your body in mind. As you inhale up, rise it up. You're welcome to do a little back bend here. We'll get into some back bending, which is very cathartic for your nervous system. Exhale, forward fold, hanging the head. Knees can still be bent. As you inhale, look out, lift the heart center. Make sure the neck is nice and long. Exhale and fold. Look forward and either leap or step back to plank. We're going to hold our plank for just a moment to remind us of the core muscles that we used in the beginning, cats and cow balance. So as you might, you could move to one side, placing the weight in your left hand. Let's open that plank. Remembering that, you can always lower that knee underneath you and be in your knee side plank. Let's do a couple of breaths here. You could make it a little more difficult by stacking your feet. Nice. Keep your hips elevated. Keep your core muscles working. Make sure your shoulder is really underneath you in that arm socket. And when you're ready, let's come back to plank. You can do a full chaturanga to the floor, or you can bend your knees and crocodile. Beautiful. And then inhale to a baby cobra or up dog. Knees can leave the floor, whatever your practice is at home or in the class. And then use your core to back it up into downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here, and we'll speed this up. So as you look to the front of the mat, either walk or leap to the front of the mat. Find your hands to your shins as you lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. And when you're ready, inhale, rise. Great. So we're going to do 100 of those. Just kidding. And release back to prayer hands or mountain pose hands. Nice. Inhaling up. Exhale, swan dive down, forward folding. Inhale to half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Look forward, step back to plank. Full chaturanga to the floor or crocodile, whatever your choice. Right. And then exhale back, downward facing dog. Breathing. Notice the backs of your legs may be opening up now. Right? And then walk or leap to front of mat. Half lift, exhale, fold. And inhale, rise. Great. Nice. And bring it home. It's nice to be home. Would you ever say that today? It is nice to be home. Although 7 weeks is a little bit much for me. Let's do one more. Inhaling up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale, fold. Walk or leap to plank. Crocodile or chaturanga down. And inhale, lift. So once again, move the spine, flexing, extending it. There's one move we haven't done, so be thinking what that move is for your spine. Exhale it back into downward facing dog. And then make your way to the front of the mat. Half lift. Exhale, fold. And inhale, rise. So by now, I hope you've thought about what that move is as Janie lets her right hand fall to the side of her waistline and she leans over to the right side, bending. Nice. Feel as if an imaginary wall was beside your hip and you're pushing that hip toward the wall. If I had you in class, I would probably mosey on over there and do it for you or help you do it. But, I'm trying to practice this physical distancing, not social distancing. We need each other, so reach out. Drop the left hand and let's go to the other side. Once again, breathe into your rib cage. Get the breath to move up the back of the legs. Push down into the floor to rise up and bend over. And then when you're ready, come back back to mountain pose. Moving now into some more immune system poses, as well as moving into the hips a little bit more. Let's inhale up, exhale, swan dive down, and step your left foot back into a runner's lunge. Yeah. Drop that back knee, and feel free to stay here. If you have a knee issue, you might want to put a towel or a blanket under your knee. If you feel safer keeping your hands on the floor, then do that. But move your hands up to your knee if you could, both of them on the front of the thigh. And then challenge this back left hip to move a little bit forward without so much arching the back. Feel the low transverse belly pull up like you're zipping up that tight pair of jeans. Tailbone descends to the floor. Roll your shoulders back, open up the chest, and then if you're comfortable here, raise both arms up into a little Janie lunge. This is a great hip opener, a good way to do a half back bend in the upper back as well. You can challenge your balance by looking up. Nice. And we just kind of want to wait on this pose. Make sure you're pushing through the front of your heel of the front foot, and you're holding the core in. Okay, let's move the hands to the inside of your front leg and move your foot out. Yeah, coming into what we call lizard pose. If you are low, you're too low, prop your hands up on the blocks. But if you're okay here and you want more, maybe bend your elbows and go a little bit lower. Yeah, this is one of those poses that's sort of like pigeon. It hurts good. I don't know that I should say that, but that's kind of like what we feel like, oh, I really need this. It hurts so good, yeah. Well, anyway, this is a stimulation of the same lymph nodes in the hips. It's a great way to open the hips, both hips, not only the inner hip of the right leg, but the front of the hip on the left side. Crawl your heart forward in this, and I hope your head is extended at the neck and not dangling down. Great job. And then as you prop your hands back into the floor, walk your foot back into alignment, framing your foot between your hands. Push your back toes into the floor under you and rock back to stretch the back of the hamstrings. Leave your knee on the floor, or not. She's in pyramid, a little simulation. You can leave your back knee on the floor and just rock back and to stretch it. You don't have to do that, Janie. You can stay on in your pyramid. She must have practiced at home before she came this morning. Her hamstrings are pretty cooperative this morning. Okay, and then let's rock forward again, press it back into downward facing dog. Position your hands under the shoulders and just feel the difference now in your right leg. As you exhale, drop the knees and we'll step the opposite foot forward. Lower the knee to the floor. If you're comfortable with hands on the floor, stay there. You can walk your hands up to the fronts of your knee. And then align the spine. So pull the belly up and in. Drop the tailbone down. When you get in a good feeling with that low back, open up the chest. You could push harder and roll the shoulders back. Or you could take the hands upward to the ceiling. So get what you need in this back hip. It's a great way to stretch the hip. Protect your knee if you need to. Nice back here. And then purpose your hands inside the left knee, your left knee. And let's decide how low you want to go as you walk your foot out to the side. The foot doesn't always have to walk out, but I find it a lot more comfortable. I can get a little bit more feeling when my foot is turned out. I also like to roll over my foot, and that gives you sort of a feeling in your hip, very similar to pigeon. So let's hold and breathe here. Especially if we've been seated watching the news for way too long, right? Our hips are probably tight. Okay. And then prop your hands back up into your mat. Frame your foot between your hands. And now let's rock back into your hamstring. I like to put the toe behind the under so you don't go back too far, but that's totally up to you. Try not to press through your front knees, soften it a little bit. Lift the heart center forward. As you rock forward down to your front foot, push away from the floor, downward facing dog. Now both legs maybe feel a little more alike. And then make your way to the front of the mat. Inhale into a half lift. Exhale, fold. And inhale, rise. Great. So I hope you're feeling different already, right? Let's step out with your left foot to the side of your mat in a light straddle. We'll go through some standing poses and work them into a little flow to calm some anxiety maybe that we're in the middle of. First of all, let's just lunge side to side. Feel those juicy hips now that they're open. Yeah. As you come back to center, put your hands on your waistline, drop the tail onto the floor, lift your heart center, and let's forward fold all the way down to the floor. So in the first few weeks when I was at home and could do nothing but sit in a recliner, imagine me sitting in a recliner. Don't listen to that healthy spine. But nevertheless, forward folding is great. When I would get up, I would just go into a forward fold and just let a little bit of that tension go. If you need to bend your knees here, do so. If you need to place your hands on the feet behind the ankles or behind your back even. You could neutral your hands behind your back and stay there. Loosening the head, relaxing the low back, but keep your abs in. So try to extend the spine. Let's take one more breath here. You can always do this against a wall. That's very nice. And then wherever you are with your hands, prop them back up to slide your fingers, extend a half lift, soften the knees a little bit. Hands can go out to the side, or hands can go behind you. Come all the way back up. Inhale. Nice. All right. So drop the hands, relax the shoulders, and then turn your right foot to the front of the mat. Yeah. You can dial your back toes in wherever you're comfortable. So some people like to open more. I don't know what's going on in your low back, so whatever you are doing, make sure that that feels kind of okay. And you can always turn a little bit in the hip socket if that feels more comfortable. Let's open the chest toward me, or Janie's going to open it toward me. And let's float the arms out into Warrior Two. Warrior Two, it doesn't seem like you're doing very much in Warrior Two, but it's a great way to reach out, to just let all the energy dissipate out of your shoulders and out from the abdomen. And then feel that back foot in the floor, squeezing your shoulders together. Nice. So in your Warrior Two this morning, as we're all together, I want you to feel like the distance of your arms could reach out and touch everyone that's watching this morning, right? Feel their energy. And share. As you turn your front palm up, drop your back hand down, and let's rise back as you lunge a little bit deeper in your lunge to the front leg, and then drape open those your right ribs. Your gaze can go up. You could keep it in towards your arm, or you could look behind you. I like to look behind me. Let's be here a moment. Just see how this pose feels different. Reverse warrior. Nice. As you're aware of your back foot, really engage the muscles of your back leg. And then as you drop your gaze forward to your front hand, reach that hand out past your knee, way past it. Yeah. Feel free to find a block to the floor to prop the elbow up. But if you can hear my voice, you know what I'm going to say. If you go low, don't go forward. Keep the spine open. So big shoulder roll to the left shoulder. Head is very long. Extended ankle. As you reach out your back hand, maybe either keep it straight up if that's more comfortable, or turn the palm toward the floor as you reach out. And then just breathe all the way back from your back heel, over your hip, through your ribs, through your arm. Keep the weight equal in your feet, not bouncing all the way into your front foot. Like you're trying to pressure that apart. Nice. As you lead with your top hand, come back up to level, straighten the front leg, reach both arms back out, and we'll reach for triangle pose. So keep your front foot turned toward the front of the mat. As you reach out, remember going a little higher is usually better. Wow. Great pose. So feel the length in your bottom rib cage, not collapsing down. A little bit of abdomen to support you. And then, instead of pushing your hand into your shin, push your shin toward your hand. And notice how automatically your knee relaxes. Nice. Okay, so let's take this to a little flow. Inhale up, lunge back into your front leg, warrior two, and reverse it back. And reach it forward, and open up. Inhale back up, straighten the front leg, really reach, triangle pose. I'm pulling you, I'm pulling you, I'm pulling you. Yes. And then one more time, back up, warrior two. Big breath in as you drop back into reverse warrior. Reaching out for extended angle. And then let's hold our triangle as you come up, straighten the front leg, be kind to your knee, open up the straight arm, and then just maybe turn your heart toward the ceiling. There's another little thing you can do here. I like it. If you can, turn your navel away from your top arm. Yeah, push your top arm way back, but turn your navel down. I want to thank Teresa as she's filming this, yawning all the while because I got her up this morning. Yeah. Okay, come all the way back. Plank your front foot, take it back to chaturanga or crocodile to the floor. Up dog or cobra. And downward facing dog. Nice. Let's come back to our plank. We're going to open that plank to the other side, placing the weight in your right hand and rolling your plank open. Nice. Challenge yourself maybe by stacking within a yogic plank if you want to keep your left foot in front of Pilates plank. But keep your hips up, 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 up. And squeeze the shoulders together. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Feel your core support you. And then we'll roll back to a plank. Let's press back downward facing dog as we take on the second side of our vinyasa flow standing poses. So left leg steps forward. You can always bend your knee and move your left foot forward. Dial your back toes in where you're comfortable. And then rise up with your right hand into warrior two. As you lunge, be aware that your knee probably wants to go inward, but you're going to use the muscles of your inner thigh to direct the knee out. Nice. You can also lift that front heel, look down at your knee and move it back to where it should be, and then put your foot back in the floor. Yeah, I like that too. I paid a lot of money for that cue. Yeah, it works though. All right, so how does this warrior two feel from your other side? We usually have a favorite side, right? But I want you to reach out again, virtually reach out and touch everyone that's in our practice this morning. Sending love and concern. Nice. As you drop your back hand, turn the front palm up, reverse the warrior as you look up or look straight ahead or look to the right, whatever is comfortable for your neck. And although you can't see the other people, and I don't really know who's in this, who's watching this morning, but as you're going through your poses, I can see your body, and I'm not going to call any names, but if you were here, I would probably say, level your chin off, right? Reach past your front leg, extend the ankle, Parasvakonasana. Jeannie's doing a great job of staying lifted. If you do go to the floor, you might want to support and see if you can take that hand behind you or to the floor, to the block. Now, resist the tendency to drop down in this pose, but stay open. And that's where your back leg is really, really important. As you breathe into those top ribs and feel that energy all the way to the tip of your fingers. Equidistance weight in your feet. And then reach up as you straighten the front leg, reaching out the distance for a triangle. Adjust your back foot where you need to. Open up the chest, reach upward. Radiate your light this morning. Haven't had a lot of sunlight. I think every day I've been to rehab, it's been raining. So with one arm, I manipulate my umbrella, my phone, my glasses, and my amino acid drink. Yeah, that's a trip. All right, let's take this to a flow. So inhale back, warrior two. Yeah, reverse the warrior. Just get some movement in your spine. Inhale, reach out, extend the ankle. Oh, if I could use my arm. And come back up as you straighten your front leg, triangle posture. We'll do 3 flows, but I would invite you to pause where you feel the pause. Just flow. You don't have to do it in any order. Just get some movement. Get out of the chatter of the mind. Feel what's going on in the body. And know that this is a good thing because we are ridding ourselves of toxins as we move and also stale and stagnant energy, right? So isn't it nice that in a time like this we can do yoga? We can do it anywhere, anytime. And we'll hold this last triangle posture. Soften your knee if you need to, strong in your back leg. Place your hip comfortably. Doesn't have to be against the imaginary wall. Our hips are not made to do that if your feet are different, turned in different directions, right? And then frame your foot. Let's take it to plank. Hold your plank a moment. Let's extend your right leg off the floor. Hold and breathe. Now make your plank as tight as it would be if your foot were on the floor. And as I'm looking out in this virtual audience, I know some of your heads are hanging down. And then place that foot back to the floor. Let's brush the left toes off the floor. Hold your hips steady. Hold your arms strong. Keep your gaze forward. Abdominals are in. Come back to your plank, chaturanga down to the floor. Exhale, up dog or cobra. Nice. And downward facing dog. Let's extend the right leg up. Lift it as high as you want. You can open your hip. You can bend your knee and drop your foot over towards your left hip. Keep your arms strong, straight ahead. Just opening from the hip. And then place that foot back onto the floor. And the other leg is saying, do me, do me. So take it up there. When I was putting this together, sort of, I thought, why don't you change all your cues, all your little sayings, Janie? And then I thought, no, I've missed you too much, and I hope you've missed my voice. Maybe? Right. Let's back to dog and find your way to the front of the mat. Inhaling, rise. Great. So we're coming into two balances now. If you need a block to the front of your mat, use it. I don't use a block in standing half moon, but you could. So take your right foot into the floor, and let's lean forward. Right foot steps back. Lunge into your front knee and drop your hand down just to the front of your foot. Now tippy toe up. Put that right hand on your hip. Put that right hand out of the way. We don't need it yet. Now tippy toe up until all the weight will be in your standing leg. Nice. And then when you feel balanced, Dr. Kelly, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. And then take that hand upward. If Amy's watching, she'll tell him, right? And let's drop back the back foot to the floor and come back up into your standing pose. Nice. And step forward. Nice. Let's take that same leg you were standing on. Take your right leg up. And then turn the knee out. And let's go into a little tree posture. So making sure you're not pushing against your knee, either your shin or higher. I've been practicing a lot of balance because my mind has not been happy. And my emotional body has been very wrecked. So I've been doing a lot of balance. Great. And then drop that foot to the floor. Let's step out wide with your left foot and come back into standing half moon. As we lunge forward, get rid of that left hand, tippy toe out or use the block. And let's come up to the standing position. We've had some beautiful half moons in this 7-week journey I've been in. And at least we can go outside. So go outside and look at the sky at night. Beautiful. Let's hold and breathe. Feel the unsteadiness in your feet. And then drop the back foot, a little bit of extended angle, and then look forward and step forward as we go into Vrikshasana, tree on the other leg. So, if you don't remember which leg it was, try one and it will feel right and you'll go to the other. So listen to your body. Your body will tell you way more than you want to know, believe me. Mine has been screaming at me. Get me out of this sleep. Hold and breathe. Practicing balance, not only on her mat, but off the mat. Right? Taking this tree pose on the mat and working it into our life. Balance. As your foot drops to the floor, let's inhale up. Exhale, splint it down. Oh, yeah. Hang your head, shake it loosely. Notice how much your legs have opened in the back of the hamstring. Soften your knees though if you need to. As you look forward, bend your knees, rock one foot back at a time, and take your knees into the mat as we prepare for camel pose. Walk your hands back to your knees and come to standing knees. Use protection on your knees if you need to. If we were in the studio together, I would put a block between your feet and one between your legs. But let's imagine that we had a block between our legs and really lift up through the groins into the low belly. Take your hands, make little fists out of them, and put them in the middle of just above your low sacrum in your hip. Yeah. Do a big shoulder roll back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Promise me you're not going to look up. Promise me you're not going to look up. Throw the chest forward, drop the tail down, and begin to back bend into the back. Oh, gee, sweating. Wow, that's awesome. I wish I could sweat. I have a Precor at home, though, so I have been doing elliptical. Now, once you get the back bend going on and you're okay with that, if you're, used to it, you can drop your hands back to the heels if that's what you practice. I'm still not looking up though. It's not a back bend in your neck, it's a back bend in the upper back. Squeeze those legs toward each other, hold the abs in, and now you're free to roll the head back if that's what you practice. If you don't have any neck issues. Yeah. The eyeballs actually could roll up first. That usually puts your neck in a great position, more so than just dropping your head back. Let's take a few breaths here. This is a wonderful pose for immunity. You are stimulating the endocrine system, the organs that are in your throat, in the top of your chest, the pineal gland in your brain. Just feel the connection of the back of the head lifted up to where the wall meets the ceiling. Or maybe you're outdoors this morning. That would be wonderful. And if I do this again, I don't know, I will go outside and we'll have to coerce Teresa to come with us. Maybe if I plan a picnic, right? Okay, now prop your hands back to your back and then lean forward with your hips, your chest, and your head. Awesome. Taking the hands back to all fours, let's go back into downward dog, a counter pose for camel pose. Nice. All right, as you drop your knees, let's go back into pose of the child. Come back to that feeling of stillness. Are you fidgeting? I see you. We're breathing, doing nothing but breathing. Nice. As you walk your hands back to your knees, let's come to seated position. And this is perhaps one of my favorite poses, especially for anxiety as well as the immune system. So let's bring your left leg in toward the inner thigh. If this doesn't work for you, take a book and prop your knee up, or maybe your towel. And then let's exhale the toes to the shin. Try not to hyperextend your knee. And I'm going to start with a counter twist. So take your opposite hand of your bent knee to your thigh. Lift up the opposite hand behind you. Place it close to your eye. Yeah. Push your chest forward. And then just get a little twist to prepare us for Jani Shirshasana, or head to knee pose. I like to call it head to knee because we round. We like to round over. And then lead with your navel. Let's come back toward the extended leg. Reach up with that left hand. Reach up with your left hand. And cross it over to the other side of the leg. So I'm not asking you to reach for your toe yet. I'm just asking you to prop your hand up and then give me a nice chest extension as you roll the shoulders back. Inch that hand on down if that feels good to you. But I'm going to step on your left hip. So if I walk to you right now and I put my foot on your left hip, are you grounded? Why? Because yoga is a great practice for grounding. And if you're like me, it's hard to ground with everything going on. So if you can reach for your foot, fine. If you need a strap, fine. So we're going to hold this for a while because so much is happening. So in the stimulation of the lymph in the left leg, you've also got something really nice going on. So I would ask you to move your navel toward the extended knee. Kind of a little spin around with your torso. Yeah. And then as you're breathing here, start to breathe into your left back. So as you expand your ribs with an inhale breath, and then you exhale the breath, the ribs are acting like an accordion. And I really want to put my hands on Janie. I really do. I don't like this physical distancing, but I'm practicing it. I wouldn't even hug Teresa when she came in the door. I said, back away from me. So as your ribs are expanding in and out with the breath, you're massaging that kidney right here in that left back. And on top of that kidney are your adrenals, and they've been screaming this whole week, and probably will be for several more. I'd say weeks, I could say months, I don't know. None of us know. But your adrenals are working overtime. So Jani Shirshasana, a great pose to just stay and breathe. In the meantime, you're getting a little hamstring stretch, so soften the knee if that's too much. One more big breath in. Great, walk your hand back, walk yourself up. Let's take both legs out into the front, shake them a little bit. Walk the feet in, tilt back your toe on under, and let's come into a little boat pose. I don't want to fall, but yeah, great. So you could keep your bent knees here. You could even leave them on the floor. Just keep your tail curled under. If you're going all the way up, then that's fine. Gaze at your toes. You need a little bit more in your abdominals. Let's hold and breathe. And then softly hug your legs back in. Okay, coming back up to lengthen spine. Let's go for the other side. As you take the right leg in towards your thigh. Remember, if this doesn't work, just go out with both. You're still going to turn. We're going to go for the counter twist first, though. So take the opposite hand of your knee. Lift your chest forward. And once again, I know you're jerking that head around the first thing. So start with your shoulder, your back shoulder. Roll it open. Lift your heart forward. And when you feel the spine turning, and when you feel that you're almost there, you're not going to keep cranking it, but almost there, then take your head back, if you like, and you will turn a little bit more. Let's hold and breathe for just a moment. I would invite you to turn your head the opposite way, just because. I like it. It plays with your mind. Yeah. So playing with your own neuroplasticity. I'm turning one way and I'm looking the other. What is going on in my body? Okay, as you release the back hand, look towards your extended leg. Let's take your right arm on the other side of the leg somewhere. Use your back hand or your side left hand to the floor to lengthen out through your chest. Yeah. And then slide. Go for it. So you can inch your way down in this. There's no point in going all at once. There's so many experiences in between where you start and where you end up. And just know that the breath will carry you there. Not a physical action so much as maneuvering, telling your body what to do, but rather listening. As you're breathing here, the right rib cage will turn slightly under you, and you'll get just enough twist in that back to make those kidneys know that you really love them. And as you inhale the breath, fill up the lungs, using our rib cage as that accordion that's calming down the adrenal glands. Sometimes we think of yoga as working a specific muscle, a specific body part, but you know what? It unites the mind with the body. And that's why in this day and age, today, yoga is a great practice. And I'm glad that you saved me for Saturday, because we've done a lot of work with all the teachers this week online, as they've given it their all, and I know you have sweated at home like I did. One more breath, fill it up. And exhale it out. And then use your hand to support you as you come back to the middle. Alright, let's come into Baddha Konasana, the soles of the feet together as we wind this down. Oh, my feet are dirty. That's not even a good example. That's because no one's probably been in this room for a few weeks. Yeah, okay, I apologize for that. I could Clorox the feet right quick. Okay, so feet can come together. There's not any real really reason why your feet have to come in so close, but if you like your feet in closer, then go for it. And then skip the spinal line first, maybe push down the forearms onto the knees or the thighs. And then if you want to forward fold with it, then do that. Whatever works. You can always do Chuladasana in Healthy Spine. We do Chuladasana sometimes instead of Baddha Konasana. And we have a lot more room now to fold forward. I like to even take a block and put my head on it, especially, in this day today. So either when you're practicing, it is a hip opener. Also a way to quieten down the mind a little bit. probably feeling those legs after Lauren yesterday, right? Last breath here. And then as you look up and lift the spine back up, let's take it to the floor, shall we? Janie's reaching for the bolster because that's we're going to do one more twist before we do that. So take it on down to the floor. Remember when we melted to the floor the very first thing? Take a moment to pause and see how you feel different. Maybe go back to your breath again. See how it's changed. Lots more room in your rib cage for the lungs to expand. We do want to practice our breathing, especially in this time. Not only will it quiet you down, but it will keep everything open, because that's what we're concerned with, is our breathing. Okay, and then in easy little knee sways, so open the palms out of the shoulders. If you want more than that, you could go into twisted root, maybe crossing one leg over at the knee. I would pick up my hips first and move them over to the left, and then cross that left leg over the right knee. And let's see, I got the wrong leg. Do I? Yeah, I got the wrong leg. There you go. And sway them over to the right. Yeah, this is my juicy little twist. I love this twist. But for the first 3-4 weeks, I was not supposed to lay on my back because, it pulls against the shoulder. So I couldn't do a lot of twisted root. I had to do most of my twisting standing or sitting up at the edge of the recliner. I'm never going to say that word again. So let the twist work for you. Find the pause and be there a moment. It takes a little while for twist to really work, and if you keep your mind in your body, you get these little gifts along the way. Instead of trying to do it, you just be in that shade, just like you fell in that shade. And then big breath in as you roll across your feet, undo them if they're twisted, and let's reposition the hips. Pause again and feel the difference in that one side. And we'll set it up for the other side. So we're going to move our hips to the right a little bit. Cross your left leg over. And we'll go into twisted root to the left. You could actually do this with either leg cross, but I like it with your left leg on top because the weight of your leg pulls your hip open a little bit. Make sure you're not doing this if it's uncomfortable to your back. Just do a knee sway, letting your knees tilt to the left. I hope your eyes are closed and you're feeling this. And then as you breathe out, we'll unwind it. Just hug both of your knees in as you come back into the middle of your mat. Maybe rock side to side. Maybe take a happy baby. I hope all of your babies are happy. I don't know that their mothers are happy because they're home all day. You could do yoga with them. Maybe I'll do a children's yoga. Wow, did I say that? No, I didn't say that. Happy baby, great job. All right, and now we're going to set ourselves up for Shavasana. And if I find out that if you left your mat before this final pose, I'm going to be very disappointed. So, if you have a pillow or not, if your back is an issue, you might want to keep your knees bent and your feet on the floor. I have a new way to set up Shavasana. Of course, I'm not going to do that today because I can't touch you. But it's very nice, very, very nice. But put your props where you want them. Normally I would dim the lights, but Teresa's going, no. So Janie, just tune in, okay? Yeah, tune in, turn off. So as you're resting, maybe outside, maybe on your mat, maybe on the carpet, maybe in your bed, I don't know. Just let the feet relax. Any last minute adjustments now rather than later? Do you feel like that you could feel where you are on your mat? Let go. Come back into the realization of what you're feeling in your breath. To change a thing. As your feet let go, travel up to the shins. Feel that you've loosened the muscles off the bone. Feel the ample space in your knees. Your hips wide and open. Feel the distance from shoulder to shoulder. Wide in your collarbone. Breathing out through the arms, into the hands, into the fingers. As you feel maybe the breath in your throat, soften the throat. Feel all the muscles in your face, release any distress that you felt this week. And as you feel an openness in your mind, allow the chatter to cease for just a moment. In and of itself will stimulate your immune system to work better. Totally still for a few more breaths. Make a note of how you feel in calmness here. How does calm feel to you? And as you go your way for the day, come back to that feeling. It's always there, we just have to dig down and get it. I would typically leave you here for a long time, and I would invite that you find your way to the floor sometime again today and take as much time as you need. As you begin to wiggle your toes and move your fingers, maybe stretch the arms out over your head. Maybe stretch your legs far away. Feel an open space. The space you've created for more joy today. And then put your feet back on the floor one at a time. Let's sway the knees and roll over to your right side. Find the pause again, not in such a hurry. Leaving your head very heavy, use your supported arms to push into the floor. And as you come up with eyes closed, come back to any seated position that works for you. As we raise the arms upward, feel the first point at which your hands meet. Let's bring the hands into our center, our namaste greeting and ending that we can all use in this period of no contact. As you tilt forward, thank yourself for coming. Thank those that we left at home that enabled us, or you are home, I forgot. But thank those that enabled you to be quiet on your mat, right? And as you open your eyes, let's remember to choose peace over panic and faith over fear. Namaste. Thank you, Janie. Thank you, Teresa. Thank all of you. I'm going to look at the comments when I get home.
Lots of them.
Yeah, I love you all. I miss you all.